We're joined now by Dr. Tom Royer, our OSU Extension entomologist. Tom, we get a lot of questions this time of year about how the cold might impact insects, especially come spring and summer in Oklahoma.
Sure.
So let's dive right into that.
All right.
What kind of questions do you get? What do people want to know?
Most people want to know, is this insect going to be a problem next summer because of the cold weather? My first response is always, insects can handle the cold. Some insects can do better than others. If we were to think about something like fall armyworm, their strategy is they just come up here, and when it gets too cold it kills them, and that's the end of the season. But we have things like monarch butterflies or dragonflies. They stay up here and they migrate down to Mexico and South Texas and stay there during the winter and then come back the following spring. There are some insects that make their own antifreeze. And so one of the ones that I like to talk about is the green bug and its parasitoid wasp, the Lysophlebus. Dr. Giles and a graduate student of his looked at what they call supercooling of these insects. When is it that they actually get to the point where they start freezing, actually freezing and making ice crystals? And because of what they have in their system, they don't actually start freezing until it reaches about -9 degrees Fahrenheit, much colder. So up until that time, they can survive these kind of temperatures and be around and be able to get active when it gets warmer again.
Let's talk about bees and ants and kind of how they
Sure.
work together and protect investment number one, if you will.
Absolutely. With honeybees, that's why they're storing honey, because they need to get through the winter. They use that as a food source, and the colony itself vibrates their wings and creates a little heat, and they just maintain a big ball in their of bees in their hive. So the ones on the outside work their way towards the center, and they start pushing out the ones in the center that are warmer, and they just kind of continually recycle over and over again. The only one that doesn't recycle is the queen. She's always there and being taken care of. And it's the same really with a lot of ant colonies. They'll make sure that the queen is protected, and an ant colony will plug up their outside holes so that the cold can't get down in there, and they remain warmer because they're underground.
Can we hope for fewer ticks, fleas, mosquitoes, all of those kind of things, since we've had a longer stretch of cold than we normally would in Oklahoma?
Well, I did ask Dr. Talley about ticks, because I was a little curious about that myself. He said, well, in the wintertime, they're on their host, so they're as warm as their host is. And the only way that they would have problems is if their host died. But he said that the most important weather for ticks especially is in the springtime, and if we have mild, maybe good rain conditions, that's perfect for ticks to really build up and blow up. But and so if we have like a warmer, dry spring and summer, that's actually not good for ticks as much as it would be if we had that mild, kind of humid spring conditions.
I know spiders are always an interesting topic for folks. A lot of extension questions,
Yeah.
questions online. Does the cold affect them in any way?
The spiders that you find in your house will always be there. If they happen to be in your house, they'll always be there. The ones that are outside, they have overwintering strategies too, but if you find them inside your house, that's because they've always been there, and they're like the box elder bugs. They're finding something to keep them there.
Okay, well, great information. We enjoyed talking about insects in the winter. Tom, thanks a lot.
I think they like the cold a lot more than I like the cold right now. So.
Definitely. Okay, we'll see you again soon. Thank you.